defeat today and a very disappointing result. I'm sure you'd agree, and it's a huge difference from Tuesday night, wasn't it?
Yeah. First 15 minutes, I think we've got to break the game down today. First 15 minutes we were good. Should have scored 2 goals. Keeper's made a worldie of a save point blank. Grant should have done better with the first one. And then we conceded a goal. Very poor right at the end of that, which I think we deserved because we weren't good enough first half, especially that last 30 minutes of the first half. We weren't good enough. Conceded a goal, we've stepped up. I think Keir's learnt a lesson, bless him, but got to step up together, kept him on side. He's run through and scored. Disappointing to see how consistent we have been at the back recently, how solid we've looked. Poor goal to concede. Second half, we've come out the traps poorly again. After having a good talking to, had to make a change. Young Connor, bless him, yellow card front. So we've had to protect him. Got Cam on, because obviously Bucko, Jamie and Darker's not in. So we've tried something a little bit different. We conceded a goal, silly mistake from Hugo and Sloaney. One has to do better on that. We've had a good chat in there about it. Then we scored. Doug's out of nowhere, does well, cuts in from the right hand side because his right foot, it's a great finish, and you think that's going to spark us. And to be fair, last 15 minutes it's just been all us. We've had loads and loads and loads of the ball. Don't think we had enough really to penetrate. We've had lots of the ball, but didn't really have enough about us to score. To say we had every striker we have on the in our locker on the pitch today. So we didn't have enough to score, and I think we deserved to lose because we weren't good enough today. But I don't think they deserved to win it. But we definitely didn't deserve to win the game today. But we talk about it. We're a young squad. We're going to take the rough with the smooth, and can we find that consistent level? You look at the team that we had today was very young. Apart from Matty, and you can class Doug's as an old player now because that's how young the team is. But apart from that, we've got youngsters in and around everywhere. So take positives from that because we're looking for the future. So we're going to take lots of positives from that. But ultimately, we've got to be beating teams at Bottesford today because I think they were there for the taking and we just couldn't do it.
Games like Garforth, where it's against teams who like to play it on the floor. The team seems to play better against the higher opposition again because the quality of the football. But whereas today it was more stop-start, it was very physical, and like you said, Bucko was missing today through suspension, and you had to have Jon Connor in the middle instead. Do you think those are quite important factors in how that game went today?
Possibly, but don't get me wrong. We talk about the teams at the top end. I think Bottesford today have come and done a job. They're very organised. They've got some good players in the right areas. They've scored at the right times. So you can't really take much away from Bottesford today. We talk about it, team 1 to team 20. They're always going to give you a different challenge. And today we've not dealt with the challenge of Bottesford today, which is disappointing because we deserved a little bit more. When we played them at their place, we got absolutely humiliated. So the lads, were ready for that. And I know we've changed the squad a little bit from that, but. You can't take it away from Bottesford. They've come and done a job on our young side. So, I can't take that away from them because we didn't deserve to win it. So I need to make sure that's clear.
It's Liversidge away next time out, and they're one of the form teams in the league as well, right up there. It completely different to this time, I suppose, because this was a battle of the teams down at the bottom, and now it's away at one of the better teams in the league. What needs to change between now and then to make sure you're ready for that one?
It's just our mentality to want to play. We talk to the lads about they want the ball, but did they actually want the ball? And at times, we've shelled it, and that's not us. We haven't got the personnel to do it. I don't know why we do it, but today, a better win, a different factors come into play, and we've tried shelling it, and it's played right into Bottesford hands. When we have tried to play, it shows you how good we can move the ball, but it was just in little phases and not enough really to get a consistent penetration really to score at any goals really. Don't get me wrong, we've had some good chances to score today, and our strike force have had some good chances. Grant's had one, Doug's had one, Brandon's had one. We have had some good chances to really score, but ultimately, I was going to say we weren't good enough today. So against Liversidge, I don't know why, but Touchwood we always play better against the teams that want to play a little bit more. and they've got a great strike force. We all know what they've got with their team, and they've just made it even more with Mark. So we're going for a challenge, but our lads they love playing against teams at the top of the league. So bring it on, and let's hope our lads get a good reaction from them.
And on Tuesday night after the win against Garforth, we were discussing about how you were responding to a defeat after losing to Yorkshire Amateur the weekend before. How you're bouncing back where previously in the first half of the season there wasn't really quite that bounce back to defeats and it was more consecutive. But the Yorkshire Amateur game, I suppose, was more taken out of the team's hands with the early red card, whereas today it was level pegging all the way. So you're hoping for a positive response from this kind of defeat?
Yeah, we always are. Like I said, the good thing, like we said, is we've played one poor game in a month and a half, which is pleasing for me as a manager and our team. It's pleasing that we've only had one poor game with the squad we've had, so we're finding a bit more consistency. But today we should have got another 3 points, and we didn't because we weren't good enough. We didn't do the things that we've asked. We went back to that square one, which is a shame how far back we went today. But got to take it out of context, and the lads have got to move on from it because the games keep coming thick and fast. Luckily we haven't got a game Tuesday, or unlucky, how you want to think it, but we'll get 2 good days Tuesday and Thursday at training field, and we'll get them going again.
And looking on to the rest of the season, considering we're over halfway now in this campaign, what in your eyes would be a good target to look at? The lads probably need something to look forward to, a goal to achieve at the end of the season. At this point it's kind of difficult to come up with something like that, but in your eyes what would be sort of the ideal goal for you to finish the season?
But we've just said pick up the points like we should have done today. We do that against the teams that are around us, and can we pick up points against teams that are up at the top? We've done it a little bit other way around so far. We've picked up more points than what we thought we would have done against top of the leagues, and then not enough at teams like Bottesford today. But we've said we're mid-table and we'll be happy. I think we've got the squad roughly where we need it to. Don't be wrong, Bucco's, it's not helped us that his appeal's been... we fell with his appeal, because I do genuinely believe there's... I can't say too much, but I think it's a wrong decision, but they've had a panel that's looked at it, which hasn't helped us because we got that late yesterday. With Jamie obviously with the first team, which is great for a bit. We're just missing that little bit in there. Because the lads today, we've got Jack, who's done a good job, Connor that did alright, and Morgan as well. So we've got 3 young lads in there that we've got to give them more credit at times, and they're going to make mistakes and they're going to learn from it, and that's great. Kieran at left back today, he's played 3 really hard games from today coming in, and he's going to learn so much from it, and that's what we need to make sure that we keep making the young lads learn, and the old lads have got to take responsibility at time and help the teammates out on the pitch. There's only so much we can do off the pitch, but yeah, mid-table, that's what we are looking at, and hopefully we can achieve that come the end of the season.